Hello and blessings to each and every one of you. It is Friday and it's time for 5 minutes with First Lady. So glad I can connect with you all once again. I look forward to this every week. You know how on Facebook you receive those memories. I received a memory from January 2020. You know, that was the first month of 5 minutes with First Lady. And whatever it was I talked about was dealt with communication. And so communication is still just as important. It was just as important in 2020 as it is now. We know that we learned so much during that time frame of the pandemic and relearning a lot of things that we needed, and we had various ways that and inventive ways that we use for communication. And I just know that communication is so important to our existence. We need to communicate. You communicate with your family, your loved ones, your co-workers. You use communication each and every day in some type of manner. And it's so important. And the one thing that I did say in that post, I talked about, verbal and nonverbal communication, just our expressions and our gestures, our posture, all of those things can affect how people receive what we're saying. Yes, there is a way that you can offend people by the way you say something. I'm a firm believer that you should be able to talk to a person of just about anything. It's all in the manner in which you say it. And also being very careful and intentional about the things you say and how you say it, because once you've said it, it's been said. You cannot reel those words back in. There's nothing once you say it, it's said. So it's out there. And then, you also have to not make it about yourself all the time. Sure, I enjoy talking to people, calling people, telling them what's going on in my life, but I need to find out what's going on in their life too. Do a check-in with them as well. And not make it about yourself all the time. Check in on other people and actually listen to what they're saying. It's so important. It builds your relationship, and it's very needed in the times that we're living in. I don't want to take anything for granted. I want to glean and serve and do all of these things. Those are surrounded around us, with so much happening. You can't be too careful nowadays when it comes to communication. It's so important. So the scripture I would like to use this week is Ephesians 4:29. And it says, "Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers." So don't let any corrupt things, don't always, let corrupt things come out of your mouth. You know what the effect that it can have. It can bring bad morals. I always say you need to represent yourself in a godly way at all times. You never know. My mother used to say, you never know who's watching you. That is so important. So we shouldn't let corrupt communication proceed out of our mouth. It's just not godlike. As well as it should be edifying, meaning it's instructive, it's informative, it's helpful information. That should be part of our character, that we're serving others, we're helping others as much as we can. Because the one word it talks about in there is minister grace unto the hearers. And grace is unmerited divine assistance given to humans for their regeneration and sanctification. We have to show grace. We have to exude grace. You think about the grace of God, it's going to want you to have grace for others because he has so much grace for us. We're to minister grace to everyone who will hear, who will listen to us. And that is so important because God does the exact same thing for us. He can have all these different conversations going on at one time and don't get any of them mixed up. He hears us. So we have to understand that each and every day. Communication with God should be the most important thing in our life. We must communicate with God. And how do I do that? Through prayer. I can talk to God just like I'm talking to you. I can have, however I talk to you, I can talk to God in the exact same manner. I can be humorous with him. I can be serious with him, but the most important thing is to have that communication with the Lord. Go back, read Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. Watch what you say. Be intentional about the things that you have conversation about. Understand people when you talk to them and understand their heart as well. Be careful how you talk to people because the manner in which you say it can affect things. So just be careful in your communication with others. God bless you. I hope this has helped you in some sort of way. I pray that you have continue to have a blessed week. God bless you all.